Now to matters of business, where the early partial settlement of the eurobond has given the government hope for economic recovery. Auditor General Githungu says the nation is still not out of the woods and Kenya is likely to experience financial distress. Our reporter Brian Mangoli now reports.
The Appropriation Committee, the Chief Editor Nancy Githungu made a presentation on the 2024 budget policy statement, saying Kenya is in breach of 4 of the 6 inactive threshold for debt burden indicators and the country is not yet out of the wound of debt distress.
Sustainability analysis for 2022 established that Kenya is in breach of 4 of the 6 indicative thresholds for debt burden indicators, namely the present value of public debt to GDP ratio, the present value of public debt and public debt to revenue and grants ratio, the present value of public and publicly guaranteed external debt to exports ratio, and the public and publicly guaranteed debt service to exports ratio. This implies, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, that the country is at a higher risk of debt.
Supplementary budget a major concern. MDAs have borrowed an extra 1.6 trillion in 9 years. The Auditor General also cited a careless nature which has been employed by subsequently and to seek additional funding over and above an approved budget, resulting in signing of resources to activities that have not undergone scrutiny or approval by the Parliament or public participation.
Various departments and agencies had been requesting for additional funding over and above the original approved budget by Parliament, which total to Kenya shillings 1.644 trillion over the 9 years. In the realm of budget execution, there is a credibility risk looming when budget resources are assigned to activities that have not undergone scrutiny or approval by Parliament or public.
10 billion unapproved withdrawals from consolidated fund, withdrawals made without Parliament approval.
Revenue leakages, delayed exchequer releases, and fiscal indiscipline without requisite sanctions or consequences. I have reiterated previously to this committee that the public sector must transition to accrual basis of accounting to enhance transparency, accountability, and the disclosure of
Expenditure by MDAs increased by 10% financial year of 2020 to 2023. Expenditure estimates by 51% from 3.21 trillion to 4 trillion. According to the Auditor General, the country's expenditure actual ordinary revenue up by 43% to 2 trillion from 1.5 trillion. Reporting for Turnout TV, Brian